Victorian Secrets, Chapter 4, Let's Get Together. There was a library in one part of the building that seemed to go up multiple floors, and there were old MacBooks and Intel computers coated in a hefty layer of dust and cobwebs. And there was a slight humming in the air. "Charles, what is that? I've opened these doors a few times and always heard it, but I never could make out what it was." Then I noticed Cupid's hair start to stand up on its ends, and he leaned onto a metal tabletop. He got a static shock. Pop! He whipped his hand back and forth, and Browning and I got a hefty chuckle out of it. "Screw you guys. Damn it, that hurt. Again, my apologies, Commander." He flippantly smiled, not correcting Cupid, but just smiling away. "It must mean the current is still flowing, but something's blocking it, because the static and noise in the air indicates suppressed electrical currents. If I can find the right switch, the current should flow normally. Both of you need to get far away from the ark, though. And I need a plastic and rubber mat or shoes." Cupid looked confused, but the commander leapt into action, running back to his cottage. "Why, Dad? Don't you trust me to help?" I smiled and put both my hands on his shoulders and looked into his sad blue eyes. "Of course I do, but electricity is inherently dangerous and unstable, and Lord only knows what would happen when I find the right switch. But that's why I need the rubber boots and plastic. It's a form of grounding. It stops the current from properly flowing through me, because if that happens, I will die very quickly and painfully." His eyes went wide. "Well, then you can't do it. We should just leave this world. No offense to the commander, but you're more precious to me." I smiled warmly, understanding his sentiment entirely. "But that's now who we are, Cupid. We offered to help, and help requires sacrifice sometimes. Hell, actually a lot of the time. It's a necessary risk." He frowned and stomped his foot in frustration. "Damn it, I hate you." Then he shook his head and hugged me tightly. "No, you don't. You love me enough to care about what happens." He then hugged me tighter before he left the ark, and it was at that moment that I sighed a breath of relief. My son was safe. Then a panting Commander Browning ran back into the ark. He had a plastic doormat, a pair of black rubber boots, and a pair of those rubber kitchen gloves. "How'd you know to grab the gloves? That's what I forgot to mention." I gave him a moment to respond between breaths. "It was Christian. He knew right away when I told him about what you were doing. And thank you dearly. I mean that as Christian told me the stakes, but I have faith. If anyone can do it, you can." I grabbed the materials from him. "Thank you, and if I don't make it, take care of Cupid for me." He nodded, but gave me a hearty pat on the back before leaving the ark, and as the sunbeams shone through the window, I was able to clearly see a circuit breaker, and I placed the mat on the ground, and my docks were taken off as I carefully put the rubber boots on. Even my gold aviators had to be taken off and put on a wooden desk. Lastly, the rubber gloves were put on. I carefully stepped onto the mat and opened the metal door to the breaker and saw a large metal lever next to it. And I flipped all the circuits to the off position, and the humming started to intensify quickly. And in a split-second decision, I grasped the lever and pushed down with all my weight. Then my vision cut to black. And as I woke up, there was a smiling Brownie and crying Cupid. Ugh, what happened? Cupid's eyes opened and he rushed over to me. He hugged me tighter than ever before. "I thought we lost you. Oh my God." And at that moment, I noticed the humming was gone and the lights were on. How the hell? I took the liberty of flipping the circuits back on, one at a time that is, and it worked. We have power again, at least here in the ark. You did it, Charles, and you survived. Good for you. I laughed. I had fought the universe and ultimately won. "So now what, Dad?" Cupid said while wiping his eyes. "Now is time for the true work to begin. Commander Cupid, would you care to join me in a stroll back over to the Cessna? I think I might have what we need to crack the enigma of these computers." The commander raised his eyebrow while Cupid looked at me with confusion. "What do we have that'll help with that?" "Oh, ye of little faith." "Come on, let's go see." And we all walked out of the ark after shutting the power down.